internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an episode of Turf Hour Script. Let's get right into today's video. The ESCROW. I'm going to cover this very quick right off the bat. Yeah, I saw the title. It's very important. We're just not going to see it. Ripple and its digital asset XRP pre-mined 100 billion XRP for a reason. Okay? Listen to this part. This video is going to completely blow your mind. You got to see how all these dots connect to each other. Temasek, Monetary Authority of Singapore. We already know what happened yesterday. Okay, with Ripple, Singapore, a lot of events are taking place right now. Listen to this part. This is phase 5 for Project UPIN. We're going to get into projects. The BIS Innovation Hub published a new project again, just another smoke screen. While escrow functionalities can help reduce settlement risk by providing greater certainty for buyers and sellers, it requires funds to be locked up in the interim period. This locking up of funds is inefficient use of capital and incurs opportunity costs for transacting parties. And that is why we also have Ripple's line of credit. There's many different products that Ripple is silently working on, but escrow is mentioned in this PDF 106 times. But there's a lot of projects going on behind the scenes. What's taking so long? Well, take a listen. This is coming from the IMF on why it's taking so long. Folks, we are so early, but we will be rewarded very, very handsomely.
We talk about first mover advantage a lot, and it's actually very interesting because in technology, it can certainly be possible to be too early to develop a product that the world is just not ready to receive, or the infrastructure isn't in place to make that product as successful as it could be. So sometimes the first mover doesn't always win. Sometimes they're too early. But I think that it's not just about the first mover effect for adoption. It's also about the first mover effect for standards. So whoever's first out of the gate here is going to set norms and standards around around privacy, around how open the system is, and actually very detailed standards in how transactions are formatted and how they interact. And as financial institutions start onboarding onto these systems, they're going to get used to one set of standards, and it's going to be extra work to add in new sets of standards.
We were just too early. And us humans had no idea what blockchain was on a mass scale. It just started picking up. 10 years ago, nobody knew what it was on a mass scale. Now it's mainstream. And only the ones that want to learn about it are going to benefit off of it. So take a listen to this new project that the BIS Innovation Hub just came out with, Project Mandela, shaping the future of cross-border payment compliance. In doing so, it aims to address key challenges identified during Project Dunbar, which we're going to get into and break that down, which developed an experimental multiple central bank digital currency platform. This is some crazy stuff, folks. You gotta take a listen to this. Again, like I said, they're following the FSB and the G20 targets. Project Mandela aligns with the Financial Stability Board's actions for achieving the G20 targets for enhancing cross-border payments in the area of promoting an efficient legal, regulatory, and supervisory environment for cross-border payments while maintaining their safety, security, and integrity. And we know the FSB, the G20, the liquidity that was tested back in November 2021, and the 4 Sundays you guys are all familiar with. But now getting into Project Dunbar, we got, again, Monetary Authority of Singapore. Everybody here is tied to Ripple and its digital asset XRP, directly or indirectly, 100%. The goal of the technical work streams was to develop technical prototypes on 2 different DLT platforms, Corda and Quorum, to transform the idea of a multi-CBDC platform into working prototypes. The Corda platform development was led by R3, while Quorum platform was led by Partier, with support from DBS, JP Morgan, and Temasek. Well, we know JP Morgan fraud. Temasek, again, working on phase 5 with Project UPIN. There's a lot going on behind the scenes here, folks, okay? But listen to this stuff. This is crazy. Further development and testing of technical connectivity and integration with external systems will be important and could be explored, together with the business perspective of supporting other commercial use cases and applications. And listen to this.
Finally, a Ripple-designed CBDC can provide a means to bridge disparate currencies through XRP. Its inherent interoperability can allow for connection with other central bank ledgers for efficient cross-asset and cross-border transactions. This can be done with cross-issuance, using XRP as a bridge currency or via cross-ledger communication protocols. This reduces the risk that institutions are forced to accept when transacting across multiple networks or currencies in the current system. The creation of a CBDC provides powerful benefits for the economy and people of an adopting central bank.
That is just music to my ears. And to make it even more bullish, to enable global payments across all jurisdictions and currencies, a regional multi-CBDC platform will need to connect with other national or regional multi-CBDC platforms. Interoperability, or the ability for these systems to communicate with each other easily and seamlessly, will be crucial for global connectivity standards, or a common language and set of expectations will be key to enabling interoperability between these systems. Beautiful. Like, are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this part. So look at this figure 25, and do you see how Corda plays a role right here? And just quickly, this is the Corda settler, which XRP can be utilized when they're making settlements. As you guys could see right here, the network could communicate with Corda. And it's crazy how it's all right in front of us. What do I mean by that? So you see why I talk about layers, right? People talk about Chainlink and XRP, folks. XRP's layer 1, Chainlink's layer 2, completely two different assets with two different use cases. But in this patent, January 31st, 2023, we see it happening behind the scenes. We have the infrastructure provider as Amazon Web Services. And if we zoom in on this patent, folks, we're truly living through a great time here. MoneyGram and Goldman Sachs patent that was published, right? We have MoneyGram, and the infrastructure layer is AWS. It's not the best and clear version of it, but if you zoom out, that is AWS, ripple.aws.moneygram.com. And this patent is jointly acceptable by Goldman Sachs and MoneyGram. Granted, January 31st, 2023, and people are still very, very confused. There's a lot of curveballs out there, and I want you guys to understand that. There's going to be a lot of people in your ear promoting other projects or with different use cases, but you got to be careful to who you listen to. A lot of this is smoke show. Everybody says Ripple and MoneyGram have nothing to do with each other. But here we have patents that were granted this year, okay? That has MoneyGram utilizing XRP with Goldman Sachs. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And we will be back with another video.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.